You might think that bullies always get their way and there are no consequences for their actions, but you are about to be proven wrong in just a few minutes. From the little kids standing up to their bullies, to the parents helping their kids against the horrible bullying encounters, and even cops giving the bullies a taste of what they deserve. These instances of karma are so satisfying to watch. So sit tight as we go through some of the most inspiring encounters where the bullies were shown their way out of the door. Without further ado, let's dive in. Number 1. Entitled, Bully Gets Arrested from School. If you think bullying does not have any consequences, you cannot be more wrong. This video will change your mind. An unexpected ruffle had raised alarms inside the school. Security guards and teachers jumped up to get to the bottom of the problem. When they arrived at the scene, they discovered a horrible brawl going on before them between two kids.
Grabbed a hold of my hair, he kind of had me he had me by my hip, he was holding me by my hip and
The teachers pushed the two kids away from each other, but it did not go as well as they had hoped. One of the kids named Alex was the bully in question, but he did not just upset the guards. Instead, he ruffled a lot of feathers in a matter of a few minutes. The victim claimed that Alex had made his way to the girl, trying to pick a fight with her. He then proceeded to claw at her eyes and grabbed her hair, which made the girl react instinctively.
He started throwing food.
She punched him and tried to push him off, and that evolved into an instant fight between the two kids. When the guards came and separated the two, Alex was not easy to handle. He punched the guard in the eye and kicked another one in the back. After spending a lot of time trying to stop him, the guard had no choice but to use force to restrain him and carry him to the school office. The cops were called, and after listening to what had happened, they knew who to blame. What followed is hilarious, to say the least. The entitled brat can be seen on camera screaming his head off. Defiant at first, he soon realizes how much trouble he is in. The kid screams like a siren asking what he did and why he is being arrested. His only defense was that he was too young to go to jail.
No, I'm not going to jail.
You have to go with us.
Y'all trying to take me to jail? No, I'm too young.
Sure thing, buddy. Keep dreaming. This went on for quite a while, but like all good things, it had to come to an end. The cops carried Alex out forcefully to the police station to put the dutiful charges on him. He was charged with battery against two school personnel, public affray, and resisting, evading, and obstructing. Well deserved. Number 2. Victim's Showdown. Against his bully. In the cafeteria, an entitled bully was having the time of his life trying to bring down another kid. He pulled out his laptop and started harassing the kid on Facebook. What happened next is something you never expected. As soon as the matters got out of hand, the victim had enough of the drama. He got up from his seat and made his way to the bully, who had no idea what was coming. The enraged victim picked up the laptop from his bully and smashed it face down onto the ground. But no, he did not stop there. He repeated the same action again and slammed the laptop on the concrete tiles, breaking the laptop right then and there. The cafeteria broke into silence as the teenager walked away in triumph. He did get a fine of $1,000 for breaking the laptop, but he claims it was worth it. We definitely think the same. Number 3, teenager saved by his angry parents. Imagine being this dumb of a bully. A kid was getting chased on foot by a bully who was so adamant about picking on his victim that he was running after him. Seeing no way out, the kid rushed to a friend's home to get help, and this bully had the audacity to try to barge into the home after him. Bad choice, dude. He had no idea what would be awaiting him at the other side of the door. As soon as the kid got inside, you could spot his assailant entering and then backing away. The reason behind this change of mind is revealed soon after. Two adults were ready to have a brawl with him. The bully backs out in fear, panic-stricken at what his fate might turn into in the next few seconds. The man had a few choice words to say to the bully, and one stare was enough to send him running with his feet backwards. Hopefully, this bully learned his lesson and will never disturb the boy again. Number 4. Bullying Karen. This lady apparently thinks she owns the whole neighborhood. She has such a problem with these kids riding their bicycles on the street that she resorted to bullying them. Turns out, she even hit one of the kids. Too bad the young cyclists have a cam attached to their chests that recorded the whole thing. Now this lady is barking up the neighborhood, claiming the kids tried to run her over, but the parents are not having any of it. The mum stands her ground, trying to be reasonable. But the Karen just does not stop lying. She even does some dramatics rushing towards the kids. The kid is obviously afraid of her and backs up. Things are about to get way better though, since the dad has heard the commotion. He comes out, starting daggers at the Karen. The Karen repeats her claim of almost getting run over, but the dad completely ignores her. He looks at the kids and tells them to get inside before turning to the Karen. And the last thing we hear before the camera turns off is the mom going off on the Karen. You can only imagine what happened next with the dad so pissed off. Number 5. School bully faces. Criminal charges for bullying. This incident is so shocking that it will send shivers down your spine. It makes you look at how intense bullying can get at schools and should be stopped at all costs. An 8th grader who was diagnosed with autism suffered a terrible incident from the hands of his bullies. He was on the school bus when one of the kids came and started verbally abusing him. The encounter turned from bad to worse when the bully slapped the young kid, but the victim did not utter a word out of fear of getting more slaps. Instead, he started walking away to escape from all of the mess that had unfolded.
He tried to walk away, but as he was walking away, another one came up and just shoved him to the ground.
That did not sit well with the bully, though. He came running after the kid and shoved him hard, forcing him to fall down. As a result of this, the young kid broke his arm in 2 places and got fractures. The fall was so bad that he had to be admitted to get surgery to fix his arm. After the horrible incident, the mother called the cops and they rightfully arrested a 13-year-old bully for assault. He faced criminal charges and will be going to the juvenile center for his horrible behavior. That will teach him a lesson on how there are consequences to your actions. Number 6. Son saves his mother from bullies. Parents are often seen saving kids from bullies. In this case, though, the bullies knew they messed with the wrong kid's parents. A mother who suffers from fibromyalgia was at the door with her granddaughter. It is the condition where you feel pain and tenderness all over your body. Certainly not a disease where you would want 2 men harassing you in the middle of the day. These men have hit a new low in being shameless when cornering the poor old lady like this. But her son is ready to save her from these misbehaved idiots. The teen came from football practice and was seen getting out of the car. As soon as he got out, he inquired what was going on and figured out the horrible reason for the unexpected visit by these teenagers. He propped the gate open and headed straight for the bully. Punching as hard as he could, he knocked out the bully within seconds. But it was not over just yet. All the scuffle had caused the big brother to wake up. He came hurrying outside and knew within seconds what had happened. He picked up the knocked-out bully with one hand and threw him out of the house in a single shove. Now that is some deserved justice right there. Number 7. Bully gets threatened by a kid. If you want inspiration on how to stand up against a bully, check out this kid who has no fear in life. The teen in the red cap had come with the intention of scaring off the kids when the bell for gym rang. One brave teen got up from the crowd and confidently stood his ground as he started off a staring contest with the bully.
Oh, really? I will knock you the fuck out, so walk away.
The teen in red hat tries to bring down the teenager, but he's already decided to be the hero today. He threatens to pin the bully down if he doesn't leave. Seeing the unhinged teen staring back at him with the deadliest stare in his eyes, the bully got scared and instantly walked away. One look and a strong hold on his ground was enough to send the bully running away with a cowardly stance. Talk about having guts. Number 8. Kid stands up against the school bully. In this incident, things did not end quite well for the kid who stood up against his bully, but his parents are proud that he took the stance. In the playground at school, a bunch of kids had come down to this 9-year-old and gathered around him. They started bullying him, which the young victim was not ready to digest. He had enough of the drama and the provocations. So, as you can guess, he decided to resolve the matter with his fists. A fight broke out between the kids and the authorities were called to the scene. Instead of punishing the bully, the kid was taken by the cops in custody. He was charged with battery and criminal mischief, and his parents were called to the school. You can spot his father filming the footage as the officers take the young kid away. He was later reported to be autistic by his parents, who claimed that they will file a complaint at school. Although he did stand up against bullying, he was arrested for raising his hands at his bullies. Do you think it was right? I certainly don't think so, and I hope the parents make sure the school pays for this injustice. Number 9. Bullied victim raises her voice against bullying. This victim took a stand against bullying in such a unique way that the whole internet praised her. Bullies knew within minutes it was wrong to have messed with the kid. The girl had been a victim of consistent bullying for a whole year. She had been called all kinds of inappropriate names and was left out during lunch hours. The school also had a bad reputation for bullying and even had past victims who had taken drastic actions to escape bullies. But this girl was ready to put her foot down against all this. She designed t-shirts that supported the cause and handed them out in school. She went out on a silent protest at school alone, with duct tape pasted on her mouth and a handwritten note to counter bullying. When that did not get enough attention, she called the media on to discuss the bullying at school and taught the bullies what it meant to go up against her. Now that takes a whole another level of bravery. Number 10. Father puts the bully in his place. In this incident, a father stands up to a school bully who is adamant about making the little girl's life hell. What went down will shock you. According to the daughter, a horrible encounter went down with her and her bully at school. A boy came up to her and started verbally abusing her. He commented on her physical appearance multiple times, which upset her. When she ignored his snide remarks, he flicked his ice cream at the young girl to get a reaction out of her. He was successful. The young girl was in tears when this incident happened and reported it all to her parents when she came home. The stepfather was rightfully angry and told her he would have a word with him. But things escalated when the boy arrived at their house after the father said he would meet him. The bully remained arrogant even against the father and did not show any signs of fear. The father had enough of the young school bully and his entitlement. He gave a tight slap to his face. The cops caught the action on a CCTV camera nearby and arrested the father. Do you think what the father did was justified? Tell us in the comments. Number 11. Young girl gets instant karma for bullying kids. This young girl has been an entitled bully to a couple of kids, but what she did not realize was that her own father would put an end to it. The 10-year-old was kicked off the school bus 2 times in a row. The reason behind it had been her misbehavior and bullying kids for no apparent reason. When her father heard the news, he was not so happy about her behavior. He did not raise a bully and was not going to let this slide. So instead of taking it up with the school, he took it upon himself to handle the situation. What he did was so creative and unique that it made the entire internet proud of his parenting. He invented a safe punishment for his daughter. The kid was made to walk 5 miles to her school while her father trailed behind her in the car for her safety. He recorded the punishment and uploaded the video on the internet and got appreciative responses. In his own way, he taught his kid a lesson. Do you think what he did was right, or was the punishment too harsh? Let us know in the comments. Number 12. School bully gets a lesson from cops. No bully is too young, and this clip shows why it is necessary to teach kids not to bully, especially when they are young. A 9-year-old kid from 4th grade was observed throwing tantrums in class. He was taken to another room, but that did not calm down the boy either. He started kicking and throwing whatever he could grab in his hands. The teachers around him had to use pads to protect themselves because the tantrums turned a bit violent. When the kid did not calm down, the teachers had no choice but to call the cops. They arrived at the scene and did not expect the bully to be this young. They waited for him to calm down, but he was in no mood to behave that day. He kept up with the same energy and threw some things at the officers too. That was the last straw. The cops had to act, so they pulled out handcuffs to detain him. They kept him restrained for a good 13 minutes until the bully finally calmed down and came to his senses. He was not charged with anything, but his parents were not happy with how he was handled. They filed a lawsuit against the school, but the law says that the cops can use force if there is no compliance by the kids under 12 years of age. Number 13. Bus monitor. Arrested for bullying kids. Bullying does not only happen behind closed doors in school, but it also occurs in school buses. What this bully did not realize was that she was being recorded on the bus, and she is about to be brought down. A 5-year-old kid is often the last kid on the bus, but it is not a happy ride home for the young boy. The bus monitor's job is to take care of the kids, but this shallow monitor is nothing short of a bully. Showing some kind of weird dominance over the poor boy, the bus monitor was reportedly seen multiple times yelling at the kid.
Now! Yes, you are! Right now!
After nearly a 4-month investigation, McPherson was arrested on Thursday.
She even threatened to take him away with her to her home if he did not comply with her orders. What's sad is that the boy was disabled and can be heard crying during the recordings. After a 4-month investigation, the bus monitor was arrested by the police and was taken away to jail. But she was released shortly after and is still working with the school. Some reports say that she is not allowed to be near kids, but who knows how much truth is behind those statements. This woman should be behind bars. Number 14. Dad calls the police on a school bully. The school kids had been bullying this young boy, but they had no idea that his dad would call the cops on them. A 7-year-old boy was repeatedly bullied at school. It was to the point that he would cry every morning, begging his parents not to send him to school. His father decided to take the matter into his own hands and investigate the matter. He found that there was a 7-year-old bully who was very keen on disturbing the peace of his son. The most recent of his wrongdoings was on Valentine's Day, when the bully kneed the boy in his stomach 5 to 7 times. The bully even punched him in the face. What was troubling was the fact that the young boy was verbally and physically abused many times before. So, the dad called the police department on the young bully who was acting far beyond his age. The media got wind of the news and reported the whole story, but the school was quite focused on protecting its reputation. Why these schools always care more about their reputation than the kids' well-being, I will never understand. At least the bully learned not to mess with this kid. Number 15. Dad saves daughter from her ex-boyfriend. In this encounter, the bully is no random stranger. Instead, he is the daughter's ex-boyfriend, but her dad is there to save the day. This bully is James, Allison's old boyfriend. Mind you, not a recent one. The couple have not been in touch for several years now. He texted her the previous night in hopes of getting Allison's response, but she did not reply back to him. The guy could not take no for an answer and decided to arrive at her front porch. The troubling thing was that Allison and her mother had just come from grocery shopping. They had spotted a car following them and pulling up on their driveway. The duo ignored the driver and the car at first, but they later found out that it was James. The mother told him to leave multiple times, but James was not budging. He tried banging at the door and even attempted to break in. Allison's father was at the other side, holding him down as the family called the cops. But James was not ready to go away. He kept trying to bust the door open. Allison's father now feared for their safety, so he picked up his gun and fired multiple shots at the door. James ran, but too late. Allison's father was not charged. It seems bullying behavior can cost you your life in some cases. That's all on the bullies who thought they could get away with bullying. Luckily, there were people to save the victims from these spoiled brats. At times, the victims even stood up for themselves and made an example for the other kids. Which one was your favorite showdown? Let us know in the comments below. While you are at it, make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed our video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you are the first one to know when we put up another exciting video. Until our next upload, have a great day and thanks for watching.